Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with my Junk Journal July updates. So I wanted to share with you some pages that I did off camera, as well as we're going to do two together. So the prompts, I'll show you in a second the prompts I did because the book is currently closed, but today we're going to be doing labels and lettering both in the same video. So I've got all of my supplies. So what I decided to do, I got really messy and discombobulated in my first video. So I just put these little containers up here. So I've got my neutrals, I've got my prints and images, and then I've got my specialty paper like vellum and other things like that here. And then I've got my small basket of things I might grab for. And I also wanted to show you, you guys will see this in the flip through video, which is coming down the pike, but I did find a way to put my washi tape out so I can use it. So I've been using this kind of as a catch-all place that sits on a shelf by my window. And I decided to clean it out and put all the washies in here. So look at that. Now I can see them. I don't have to dig through that container, and I think I will use them a lot more. So this actually was a drawer. It's a wooden drawer. I think my father-in-law made it for my mother-in-law, but it was her silverware drawer thing. And so when she passed, I went ahead and held on to it, and I painted it and have been using it in the studio for several years. So I'm going to set that right there, but I wanted to show you the washi success. So, and I do want to apologize, guys, for the last video that you guys saw. I had talked about how I had zoomed the camera in, and then it's a new feature for me. I've never been able to zoom. And so once I zoomed in, I forgot to zoom out, and then I get so into the process that I didn't look at the monitor. My monitor view for my filming experience used to be the whole size of my screen of my monitor of my computer, and now it's only maybe a 4x6 area, so it's only about this much that I have to glance up at. So I do apologize. I did get a comment from someone, and I so appreciate that. I know that it was happening, and I know that it happened in those two videos, so I am working on being a little bit more conscientious. So I hope that you'll be patient with me as I get used to that and I figure out what's going to work best for me. So I did forget to grab some glue. I did find that in my play, I didn't completely like the glue stick for everything. So I do have my Barely Arts as well. I've got my paper tape, and I've got some rub-ons that I might introduce. And then I thought I might do a little bit of stenciling with spackle. We'll see. I'm just going to reach up here and grab a palette knife in case I decide to do that. I'm not sure if we will do that in today's video. This one might be a little bit longer because we're going to do 2 days in one. So I'm now caught up because this is we're working on day 4 and 5, so this is 4th of July when I'm recording, so that's today and tomorrow's prompt. So that is labels and lettering. So let me show you what I did off camera. I really am really loving this, and I think next time I do it, maybe in January, I will dedicate a regular journal to this process because I think this is absolutely amazing. I love the meditative space that it puts me in. And the collage and the using the scraps and all of that stuff is so cool. Even though here I am using regular digitals that are printed on a thinner paper so that they collage better and they don't create so much bulk, but I am loving using my scraps. So let me show you what we did. So this was our first page, and I realized when I looked back, I did a double spread. So our very first prompt was Spark, and I did 2 pages here, and I just put the little, what did I do with Spark? Oh, and I just put the little tiny label here, Spark, so that I can keep track. And then this one, and I saw a comment, I haven't gotten to my comments yet, but I forget that I'm working in an accordion, and you can actually open up the accordion and make everything flatter. So I will be doing that today. So I'm going to move my mouse, though it's in my way, so that we don't have to worry about that. But this is what I did off camera. So this is Postcard. And I guess I did a double spread again. Yeah, I did a double spread again. So I have this vintage postcard from my stash, and I made a copy of it And then this is the back and this is the front. So I made a pocket out of the front of the postcard. And then this is, believe it or not, a scrap from my bin. And I just made a pocket out of that postcard. Used a little bit of washi, some rub-ons. I did do some paint play with some pink paint and some green paint and some gesso. I love that. And then I'm just loving the rub-ons. This is a rub-on. These are a rub-on. And then we made another pocket with the other part of the postcard. And then there's also a pocket here. Come on, get in there. Get in there. So that could go right there as well. So that's kind of cool. I might put something bigger in there when I get around to it. And then this is a scrap from my bin. So I just stuck it in here. And I had to cut it down a little bit to make it fit. But that's what we did for postcard. And then I did fold. So what I did with fold is I just took this image. Again, I am using some digitals because it's what makes me happy. And so I made a fold by taking this image and I folded it. It's got some Velcro holding it closed. And I just, because I thought this would be great writing space, so I made a pocket out of that. So here's my fold. And we've got this beautiful image. Put a little flower there. Put this is a scrap from my scrap bin because I cut something else off of the page, but you know, it's not really too junky. And I'm loving this collaging bit. And then more rub-ons. I love that green on that mixed media paper. It was just kind of some messy paper I had done that ended up in my scrap bin. So that was the prompt fold. And then this one is all ready for us to go for today. So I'm going to go ahead and move these pieces over here to my left, I guess, because I have to open the journal out a little bit more. So hoping that I can figure this out. So if you open it, my problem is if you open it all the way, it just takes up your whole desk. You know what I mean? So let's just try to bend that in a little bit. There we go. There we go. That will work. So we are going to be working on this panel and this panel. So we need to start with putting some paper down, just some collage. As you can see, I started here just because I wanted to bridge that other page. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and just turn the music on and let you watch a little bit of collage work here. And I'll be back to talk with you in a moment. So as you can see, I am using digitals, and they're printed on either 32 or 20 pound paper, depending on what was in my printer at the time. But I really like the images, and I like the script that it brings into a spread. I kind of wish I had pulled this up and given it some kind of an interesting tear. Let me do that really quick. I don't want all the straight edges. Boring. Perfect. Awesome. I wonder if this could go over here and kind of make an accent over here. Why don't we just use that scrap there? I'm just going to put a little bit more glue on it. So I'm wondering what you guys are doing for the 4th, what you did for the 4th of July, because obviously by the time you see this, the 4th of July will be past. And I know some of you are in the United States, so it's not your Independence Day, but it's a super cool celebration here in the States. So grateful for our freedoms, which have come at a high cost to our soldiers and our and just our history is very thick with, you know, what people did to fight for the freedoms that we now enjoy. My son being one, he was in the Army for for quite a while and served in Iraq a couple of times and during the war. So yeah, so I'm very grateful for our military and the sacrifices made, the families made, and you know, even the wars fought. You know, sometimes it feels like the world wants to, you know, eliminate our history, but part of our history is that we did have a war. We did have wars to fight for our freedom, and I don't think you can pretend about that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But it's just so oh, I like that. It's so important to honor the sacrifices. So yeah, it's a beautiful day. The family will be coming over, my sisters and our kids, our local kids and grandkids, and it's going to be a hot one. I think it's going to be like 90 degrees today, which is pretty warm for us. So 90 degrees Fahrenheit, obviously. So I'm going to continue to do a little bit more collage, and then we will move on. We just need one more piece, maybe over here, and then we can go on here. So we're going to start with, I've got one of the pages I'm going to do in some blue tones because I really like the images that I pulled for that. So there we go. Perfect. Let's think if we want to put anything else down. I don't think I'm going to do any stenciling today. I will be doing some stenciling with some spackle in a future video, but not today. I think I'm a little bit short on time because the fam is going to be coming over. Let's see. I think I want to do, let's look at our focal stuff here. So our blue page is going to be these pieces here, and this is the one that is sorry, what did I do with the words? Where's the words? They're so tiny. Labels and lettering. So this is the lettering one I did because I'm using a piece of vellum that I did. I mean, I typed it, put it out on my printer, but it is still lettering. So that's what I'm going to do. And then that's the other one. This is the other one. Or did we? I think I wanted that one on there too. So let's see where we land. And then the other one will be labels. So I want to start with this page, even though it's kind of probably make more sense to go here, but we're going to save that. So I do need to cut this down. It's going to be a tip in. So I just wanted to see what my measurements were in the journal here. So I'm just going to use my tear ruler. I have to move that bucket because I don't have room for my ruler. Okay, so we're going to just, our fold is right there. So I'm just going to go a little bit left of that fold for the next page. And then I'm going to go over here and where's the edge for this one? Right there. So perfect. Awesome. That will not go to waste. I used to throw away scraps of vellum, but I'm no longer doing that because they are really great to hold on to. So I think this one, I want it to flip up rather than down. And the quote says, "To invent, you need a good imagination and a pile of junk." And I thought, how perfect for Junk Journal July to talk about junk from such an incredible inventor. So I just need to make a mark here if I can find my pencil. I'm going to make a mark here so I know where to tear. And then that side is good. Can't really see if I'm going even though, but that's all right. It's all right. Okay, so that's gonna go here, but I want some things underneath it. I love this blue that's peeking out, so I wanted to get this under here as well, but not all of it. So I do want this, but I don't want this straight edge. So let me you know, make that a little bit rougher. And I think I also want it to be a little bit smaller, but I do want it to capture those words. She found her wings. And then we might use those pieces to complement things here. But I thought it would be really cool to, actually, I think this would be pretty if we kind of went all the way to this edge here. And then that's going to go there. Yeah, I like that. But where's our girl going to go? I've got so much, so little room here. I think she could go right here. Oh, maybe we'll put her right here. Her little blue butterfly. That is really, really pretty and so simple. I love it. Okay, so do we want this one or do we want this one? I am debating. Let me play a little bit more here. Oh, I like her better in this case, even though this gal's got the blue butterfly. I might do something with that in a second. So, I think I want to bring, we got to definitely trim her down. She's way too big. She's going to take over the whole page. So let's just trim her down a bit. I'm going to trim off those edges. Okay, so let's see. I do want to get this edge a little bit less pristine, so I'm going to try to take off just a smidge here. And off of this. Oh, I already did that edge, so perfect. Okay, so we're not going to overthink this. I'm covering up all of that, that paper that we put down, but that sometimes happens when you're collaging. So, I wonder if we should put something there. Okay, we got to start putting some stuff down though. Okay, so let's start with our vellum. And I think what I want to do, I did cut it a little bit short because I do want to actually fold it over here to create that area to flip it. Get rid of that pencil mark. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, this would be really pretty up on top of this. Let's do that. Let's do that. We can do what we want, right? So I'm going to use my Bearly Arts, as I mentioned. So beautiful. Absolutely love it. Sorry that we're losing some of that this beautiful paper, but that's okay. Again, it's the nature of the beast, so to speak. I wonder if we need something here. I'm sorry, we need something there. Let me see if I can just find another tone of paper in here that we could sandwich in there. Just something a little bit different. pull it off here, Renee. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this on. I wonder if we should make it a little pocket. Why not? Not sure that we'll put anything in it right now, but we may as well utilize the space and put a pocket. Do we need to come up a little bit with it? I like it. We're just going to not overthink it, my friends. I tend to overthink things, so let's just do it. It's just play, and it's, oh, this is so stress-free. I cannot even tell you how good this feels to be not worrying about so many things that I tend to find myself worrying about when I'm doing videos and creating. So, oh, I love that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so that is our lettering. So was that everything we wanted to put on here? Oh, our girl. We need our girl. Where are we going to put our girl? I do want her, so maybe just get her up in here, kind of layer that up in there. Yes, let's do it. I'm gonna, it's so hard to remember where I wanted that. I'm just gonna make a mark there so that I know how high to go. And then I just want to make sure she's gonna stay in under the vellum. Okay. And there we go. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, now I can feel that things are sticky, so I'm going to get a piece of parchment here. And I've been through all my scraps apparently, so let me just cut a piece of this. I don't want my pages to stick together before they're dry here. Okay. And then I'm just going to stick that right there. Just, that's a little bit big. It's a little bit big. Okay. So, because I want to put something on here, maybe some, you know what, it would be really cool to just take that, cut that out. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab my circle punch and see if I can, if it's big enough. It should be big enough. Let me just trim this edge off. I do need a little bit of ink. So, of course, you guys do you. I'm just trying to step out of my normal like box that I always find myself in and try to not ink everything up. But I want these to really pop out because they're on the top of this whole spread. And then we're going to work on the other page, which is labels. There we go. To keep my eye on the time, I haven't even taken a shower yet, so I don't want people showing up while I'm not dressed yet. Okay, I think we'll bring her up a little bit there. Yeah, I like it. And we'll just put that little girl that little butterfly girl right there. I'm just going to come it down a little bit. Or, yeah, down. I can't really come down very far. I got to keep it on the vellum there. It's okay. That's okay. All right, so that page is done. So let's shift this over just a little bit so that we can work on this one. And so the bits I have for this, I borrowed one, so I may have to dig more. But I have this label, which is just from some of the images from Amity Bloom that I've been talking about. And so it's a really wide label, isn't it? Not too wide though. So this is already ready to go, but I feel like it's a little bit bold. So I'm going to grab a little bit of gesso, or not bold. It feels really choppy right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just shake up my gesso a little bit here. And I'm just going to use what's on the lid there. Grab a small brush. So what gesso does is it just kind of pushes everything back and makes it a little bit, I don't know, faded out a little bit. It can also serve to kind of address the separation of paper, kind of like that. Do we want a little bit of paint as well since we're here? Why not? Let's do it. I'm going to grab that pink paint that I used yesterday. So I invested in some Blick matte paint, which is a really popular art supplier. We actually have, oh, that was a lot of paint. We all actually have one in downtown Portland, but I don't go there anymore because it just doesn't feel very safe downtown Portland anymore. So I'm just gonna, I'm not great at this because I don't do it enough, but I'm just gonna put a little bit of pink on here just to kind of some accent here. Very subtle. Just realized we didn't even use any washi tape on that right side page. Just gives a little bit of a tint of color. I don't want to touch that vellum though, so I'm trying to be mindful of that. I'm just gonna get a little bit more gesso and a little bit more pushing back even of that pink. Okay, I am going to need to dry this really quick though so that we don't get any wet anywhere. So I'm going to just do that really quick. Okay, so I'm going to take this vellum's bothering me, so I'm going to take it out so I can see what this really looks like. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, I love it. So what do we want to do here? I do realize I've got a pink page and I'm going pink again, but that is okay. So I do not have a main image though now. I have this rose, which would work as well. Well, that's really actually pretty. I cut that out of a magazine, I believe. So this was label. So this is our main focal point, focal image here. I do need to ink this up because I did not cut it great. So as I say, ink covers a multitude of sins. Cutting sins. Fussy cutting sins. But there we go. Oh yeah, much better. But I'm thinking I want to go really simple with this page. Look at that. It's amazing. Let's just do it. Let's not overthink this at all. This is beautiful. I've got a little word I can put on it here. It says a story. So let me get this up here. Okay. Think about, I also saw this. This was a piece of a digital, so I thought it would be fun to add it. I just cut it out. It's not the whole quote, but it says, "She blossomed." So I'm wondering if we can introduce this as well. Oh, that's not even, Renee. Come on. Come on, girl. I'm going to try a little bit. Didn't even glue that down all the way. You guys ever get caught in that trap where you're just like, it's almost like having something in your head that you really, really want to make happen and you can't you can't see past it. That's kind of how I feel sometimes when I'm working in this way. I also really like this image, but I'm trying to think about how I want to use her. And I am going to ink around this rose. I know I just talked about that. It's probably because I just talked about it that I'm actually feeling the need to ink. But you do you. I'm just making it, I don't want it to be the normal pattern here. So, oh, that's so pretty right there. Okay, let's get this girl. I'm going to cut this, well, we could leave that on, couldn't we? Could leave that tag shape on. Maybe we'll just make a little side tuck out of her. I think we'll do that because I wanted to use this other label that says how I would love to have wings, blue ones to open them and rise, which kind of ties those two pages together because this is the blue butterfly page. But I thought this would be fun as well, just to kind of put her in here. And then kind of go up, maybe go up like that. Yeah, I like it. Trying to not overthink here. Just put the paper down, Cara-Renee. This is just play, but I am definitely going to rethink how I do this, this whole challenge, hopefully in January. I'll do it again. I moved that over because I want to see those paint things, and then we can kind of go. I'm going to cover up that tag shape anyway. Oh, I just glued it all down. Now it can't be a pocket. You guys probably saw that, didn't you? You were going to glue it down, or you were going to make a pocket. Okay, so let's just stick that right there. Oh, I love it. So then we won't use this. This would, I wonder if we could add it over here without being, I think quote unquote is kind of weird though, because you've got this quote at the top. So I think I'm not going to do that. We'll just hold on to that. But I've got this little word that says a story, and it fits perfectly right there. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. I did do some prep today because I wanted to make sure that I didn't take unneeded time to you know, like even pull out, you know, regular supplies. So yeah, let's just put that right on there. I'm just going to put that on my desk there. Okay. And we're just going to stick that on there. Make sure it's kind of even-ish. So that's our label. Perfect. I love it. So let me get our little words here. I've got to still cut that in half. Okay, just finishing up here. So that is our lettering, and this is our label prompt. So I will see you guys in the next video. My company just came and I haven't even showered yet. So I have got to go. I'm just going to stick that up there. So that is our spread for today. So we're day 1 through 5. So yay! I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.